Okay, everybody with the Chris Watts and the Shannan and everything else, people got their own personal opinion. And I do understand that people have their limits and everything else, but how can you, and people are like, oh, Shannan, she was a real B word and she controlled him. She cut off his nuts. He couldn't do anything. And he just lived for her. He couldn't even be Chris. He didn't even know who Chris was. He couldn't put a picture up. He couldn't move furniture. He couldn't do this. He couldn't do that. She drove him to that. You know why everybody's all talking about that? Guess what? It's not illegal to be a bitch. If your nuts are allowed to be snatched, it's your fault. You allowed Shannan to do you that way. You killed your wife and 3 children. To me, anything after all that, it negates the fact he killed his wife and children. People can say all the shit they want to say. Let me tell you something, buddy, divorce her. I didn't know what to do. I just snapped. It was like an out-of-body experience. Meanwhile, your out-of-body experience, you admit that you've been thinking about killing her for weeks. People super irritate me, and I can understand all that. Yes, if you suffocate somebody for so long, it's going to change your demeanor. It's going to change your flaw. It's going to change your characteristic. You can't hold somebody hostage like that and give them no room to breathe. You can't not allow somebody to be themselves. You never know who you're really messing with when you're abusing them. But it doesn't matter. He allowed that. Don't people understand that? We teach people how to treat us. He allowed Shannan to treat him that way. Why? Because when she did it, he didn't stop it, and kept doing it. He allowed himself to be victimized from her just to kill her. I don't care what she did. I don't care what he did. When you take it a step further, it doesn't matter. And everybody's like, oh, you got to go deeper. You got to look deeper. I've looked deeper. And nothing negates the fact that he took it into his own hands. He drove with his daughters all the way to where the oil thing was, the oil containers was, alive. Those girls were alive. Is mommy okay? Is mommy okay? Hand pillow goes over the mouth. Daddy, don't. Daddy, don't. No, you did that, motherfucker. It wasn't Shannan holding your nuts in her hands. You allowed all of it. You allowed every bit of it. It's your fault you didn't have control over your own house. You allowed it. So I'm a little irritated with people. Oh, Shannan was a bitch. Oh, Shannan this. Oh, Shannan that. Are you kidding me? He committed familicide. He didn't just kill her. He didn't just kill a child. It was familicide. He killed everybody. It's a clinical term. So how shallow and retarded do you have to be to say she was a bitch? She this and she that. She's dead. He did it. I'm done. I'm done, guys. I've just been seeing some things, and he allowed it. He taught her how to treat him. He was not a victim. He was a willing fucking participant. There's a difference. He did not have mental illness. He was 1,000% aware of his actions. Let me see what y'all are saying. Ooh, that irritates me. That is sick to blame a dead pregnant mommy. I know. Guys, she did seem like everything seemed fixed. Everything was recorded. Everything was rehearsed. Even the detective said, God, this house is creepily clean. Like everything she performed, like it was like a performance. So what? Didn't mean she needed to die. Didn't mean he decided to play God and took 4 people's lives. guess what? Her controlling, her demeanor, her being demeaning to him, all of those things, those could have been fixed. Those could have had solutions. No, now there's no solution. There's no recourse. There's nothing because he took that option. It's not like these were old 70 or 60-year-old people. She was young. You know what I'm saying? You learn and evolve. I'm 40. I have changed so much in the past 10 years. I can't even tell you. You know what I mean? Like, it's disgusting, honestly. You know, oh God, to me, the minute he played God, the way she treated him is out the damn window. Everybody acts like she was just like beating him or something. No, he allowed himself to be a little bitch. Truthfully, y'all want to hear? I'll give it to you. He allowed himself to be treated like a little bitch. He allowed that, not her. He allowed it because he taught her how to treat him and she taught him how to treat her. Period. Oh, people still believe sick white's killing. Yeah, I know. People are crazy. We don't take meds. We get high from mental illness, especially bipolar people. Hate the low. Let's see. I can't believe he lived through that pool torture. I know. He needed to be the baby. I know. Why would I feel bad for him? Like, please get real. Oh my God. He did need to be the baby. Little crybaby. He didn't know what to do. He didn't all this shit. He's going to be talking to Susan. I don't know. Let it out. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It's just irritating. And it's not that I can't understand everybody's points of view. I can. But to me, in my mind, it doesn't fucking matter. She doesn't have an opportunity to treat somebody else differently. You know, you think that I treat the relationship I'm in now, you think my previous relationship was like that? Hell, not no, but hell no. You learn, you change, you evolve, you grow. Guess what? She can never do that now. It doesn't matter if she was a bitch or not. Who cares? It wasn't his right to take her and the baby's lives. It's familicide. He didn't just do one thing. I mean, he snapped my ass. He'd been thinking about killing her for weeks. He said it. He didn't fucking snap. He made a conscious decision. Period. His bitchhood got to him and he failed miserably. You know, he created that. Every bit of the way she treated him, he allowed every bit of it. Period. It's not her fault. His balls never dropped. It's not her fault. It's his fault. I'm sorry. Sorry. His mother ran over him and did his sister. Great. Grow up and learn a new way of life. You know? I mean, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for him at all. I feel bad for the victims. I feel bad for them babies. I feel bad, you know, I mean, and something else, yeah, their life was on camera and everything else. But something else, too, you know, a lot of that she did because of her job. You know, oh, wow, I never knew he thought about it. Yes! Yes! Let me just take a quick little look. I just read this. Let me see. I'm not going to read this letter, but let's see. Let me see. If it has it just at the very beginning, I'm just going to look and see if I could just at least read it to y'all. Let's see. He goes, tries to letter exclusive, the letter include conversation. Before she went to Colorado, he describes driving to the oil field, methodically killed both of his daughters for the second final time. The father admitted in his letter that he had been plotting the murders for some time, so he could be with his mistress, Nicole Kessinger. He also confessed that he had slit the potential painkiller oxycodone in his wife in hopes to inducing a miscarriage and making it easier to leave her. Are you fucking kidding me? And these people will have the nerve to get on there and say, well, Shannan, she was just awful. Oh my God, he couldn't hang his pictures where he wanted to. He couldn't do anything. Like, he's just, he was a sick fucker. And this Nicole, she come in and she let him have his own voice and his own opinion and let him be himself. Now all of a sudden he knows how to do those things. Now all of a sudden he knows how to let his balls drop. Well, let's reward the one who's responsible for this. Fuck you. I don't even want to hear that crap, man. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. How grandiose do you have to be to give this motherfucker a pass? Come on, man. And there's women who want to date him. I know he's got for real fans. For real fans. Oh God. Yeah, postpartum, but husband knew and left her alone. Husband should have not been charged. Yeah, and tell you something, it's freaking ridiculous. And he's like, well, she ran off for 6 weeks. So what? He allowed it. I'm not about to be able to go anywhere for 6 weeks. Deuces. Yeah, right. We have respect around here. Like, I know he's not gonna be allowed to go somewhere for 6 weeks too without clearing it. You know what I mean? It was a decision. If he allowed her to run the marriage, it's his fault too.